Hello there guys, and welcome to this Explain 11 video. Today we're going to be doing a full flight aboard the fully modded Zibo Boeing 737 service from Qatar to Kuwait. I've decided to create this video based on popular request. I've received numerous requests from you guys to create more videos in the Middle East region. So I've created photoreal scenery for the state of Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait to make the flight a little more interesting. Also coming up in this video is the introduction of giveaway number 4. Stay tuned for the details. Welcome to the flight deck, guys. As you can see, this is the modded Zibo Boeing 737 with the modded textures and sound. And let me tell you, this is probably one of my most favorite jetliners to fly in Explain 11, and it is completely free of charge. That's really amazing. All right, let's go ahead and get things started here. Standby power is on. Battery is on. Emergency lights are armed. Lift after fuel pump is on. And let's go ahead and start the APU. Really beautiful work on this aircraft, and the amount of dedication that you see from those developers is really commendable. Alright, looks like the APU is now available. Right, let's go to the ADIRs, set them to nav mode. Alright, ADIRs on nav mode, and yaw damper is on. APU generator, we can see the aircraft has power now. And let's see here. All is good here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the panel lights because it looks like things are a bit dark in here. And non-smoking signs on. Fasten seatbelt signs on auto. So this needs to go to on. And let's see here. Window heat is on. And we don't need that. We'll leave the left pack on. And isolation valve on open, and we're going to turn off the right pack for now, and we're going to turn on the APU bleed. Our final cruising altitude today is 36,000 feet, so we'll set that here. Okay, and position light is on, and now I think we can go ahead and program the FMC. Alright, position initialization. We are currently at Oscar Tango Hotel. And we'll go to the next page and grab the GPS position. And let's go now to the route and enter Kuwait, which is Oscar Kilo, Bravo Kilo. And now we can go to the departure. Before that, we can enter our flight number, which is Qatari QTR 2146, for example. All right, departure. Let's take a quick look at our flight plan here. And we're going to depart 16 right through the Pato 1 Charlie. Okay, 16 departure, 16 right through the Pato 1 Charlie, which is this one here. And then we're going to go to the route, and we're going to go to the next page and take a look here. Alright, so we're going to exit the Pato 1 Charlie at Patum, and then we're going to take Uniform Bravo 457 to Bahrain. So Uniform Bravo 457 to Bahrain. And then we're going to take Uniform Alpha 453. Uniform Alpha 453 to, let's see here. Uniform Alpha 453 to Combo And then we're going to take Alpha 453 to depth T. And then it's our star into Kuwait, and we're going to be taking the depth to Charlie, and we're going to land runway 33 right, depth to Charlie. Okay, so we're going to say activate here, and then we're going to go to arrival, and depth to C, that's the one here, and we're going to do an ILS runway 33 right, and let me see here. That's our transition, and execute. Let's go ahead and switch here to plan, and that way we can see what's going on. And we're going to say route. I think everything looks okay. Alright, let me go ahead and do this step here. That's the arrival into Kuwait. It looks good to me, so everything looks okay. Alright, so we'll switch back here to map. We'll put this on about 20 nautical miles so we can see this is exactly how it looks in the airport chart. So we'll go to performance now. Alright, zero fuel is set, and the final reserve today is 2.3. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Alright. 5.3, 2.3. Cost index is, let's put 40. Cruise altitude, 36,000 feet. And cruise wind, what we can do is, let's see here, where's our topic climb? 251079, 25179, and this should give us a more accurate prediction of top of descent calculation. Transition altitude 13,000 feet. I'm happy with that. And let's see here, 45, and outside temperature is 12. No, didn't like that. So here's what we'll do. We'll put the 12 first, and then we'll put 45. There we go. And takeoff today, we're going to do flaps 5 for departure. And center of gravity 2411. Trim is 4.23. That gives us a V1 of 121, V rotate of 122, and sorry, VR is 122 and V2 is 133. Let's set our trim to 4.23 units. That's about right. And now we are pretty much ready for pushback and engine start. So let's go ahead and set our altitude here to our final cruising altitude. (36,000 feet). And I didn't grab this, so I need to go back and check the speed here, which is 133. Right, that's done. And we're going to go ahead and click on... Let's see here, what's going on here. Okay, there we go, climb. Flight directors can go on. And now we can turn on our fuel pumps. And let's see here. Anti-collision light is on. And let's go ahead and call the pushback truck.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, we are ready now for pushback. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. And the parking brake is released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Right, and we have now clearance to start our engines. We're going to start with the engine number 2. We need to turn off the pack. There we go. There we go. Fuel for engine number 2. Okay, we have a good start on the engine number 2. Let's go ahead and start the engine number 1. 21, 22, and let's give it fuel.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Alright, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Oops. Generator 1 and 2. And let's see here. All is good over here. And let's put the engine start ignitions on continuous. Probe heat is on. We'll turn on all our hydraulics. And let's see here. Left pack on auto, right pack on auto, isolation valve on auto. Engine bleeds are on, APU bleed is off, and wheel lights are on. Logo is on. Taxi
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Runway turn-off lights are on. Auto brake on rejected takeoff. And let's go ahead and set flaps 5 for departure. Alright, everything is now ready. Altimeter has been set to 907, flaps 5, brakes on rejected takeoff. We have no warning lights. We need to turn off the APU. Alright, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake and taxi to the runway. Parking brake is released. Now let's just give it a little bit of power. By the way, guys, I finally received my Oculus Rift kit, and so you guys can expect some VR videos pretty soon. I did my very first VR flight. Let me tell you, it takes a while for you to get used to it, but let me tell you, the experience is just simply outstanding. I think it's the closest thing to the real thing, and you really do feel that you're in an aircraft. The dimensions. I'm not very crazy about how you use those, Oculus Touch things. They're kind of, strange. But, I think with like everything else, it's just it takes time for you to get used to it. All right, we're coming up to our hold short point for runway 16 right. Alright, let's make our final stop right over here. Set the parking brake. And let's make sure everything's okay. We're going to turn on the landing lights. Taxi lights are off. Everything else here is looking good. And we are going to turn off the runway turn-off lights. What else is there? Everything looks okay to me. Oh, the strobes. There we go, strobes are on, and now we're ready for departure. I'm going to arm the auto throttle now.
On runway 16 right.
Alright folks, we are now ready for takeoff. airspeed active. Positive rate, gears going up. Thousand feet. VNav, LNav, and autopilot. I think the reduction in speed, something wasn't exactly right. The derating probably wasn't right, and I've noticed that the engine lost power, so I had to compensate with the throttle and just pushed it to full throttle. Right, we're going, let's go ahead and track the flaps. Alright, we have a restriction according to our flight plan. So if we go to the flight plan here, and as you can see, we have a restriction of a maximum altitude of 4,000 feet until we reach Al-Khag. At that point, we need to be above 5,000, then above 6,000 at Dibble, and then we're pretty much cleared for 36,000 feet. But until then, we're going to maintain 4,000 feet and 250 knots. We are still in Qatari airspace, and we are at our second restriction of 7,000 feet. We're going to maintain 7,250 knots until we're clear of Almac, and then we're going to begin our climb to 36,000 feet. And we are finally out of our second restriction, and as you can see, the aircraft is now climbing to 36,000 feet. There are no more restrictions according to our flight plan, so now it should be a steady climb to 36,000 feet, which is our final cruising altitude for the flight. Okay, we're approaching 10,000 feet. There we go. Landing lights are now off.
As we climb to our cruise altitude, for your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. Also remember to use caution when opening overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. We now reach an altitude where it is safe to use approved electronic devices. Please be reminded that federal regulations prohibit the use of cellular network services during the flight. After the meal service, duty-free sales will begin. The catalog in your seat pocket describes the merchandise available today. We accept all major credit cards, US dollars, and other currencies for duty-free purchases. Due to security regulations, we'd like to remind you about restrictions to carry on baggage containing liquids, gels, or creams.
Alright, so that's the announcement for the passengers. Let me just tell you one thing. If you want to hear those announcements while in flight, you have to make sure that the cockpit door is unlocked. Otherwise, you won't hear. You would hear them, but they're going to be very, very low volume, so you might not be able to hear it properly. So if you like to hear those announcements, just make sure that the flight deck door is in the unlocked position. Alright, well, we are climbing to 36,000 feet, and I will check back with you as soon as we level off. Enjoy the flight. Time has come for me to tell you a little bit about the giveaway. This time around it's going to be a multiple choice question. It's not a very difficult question. The link to enter the giveaway is provided in the description section of the video. And the prize of this giveaway is going to be $100 US as a gift certificate redeemable at the xplane.org store. Good luck to everybody, and I look forward to seeing your correct answers. Good luck. Now that the giveaway formalities are out of the way, I'd like to tell you guys that episode 2 of the Amazing Guide to X-Plane 11 Scenery will be posted next week. I decided not to do the episode in quick succession so that I can offer some variety. Another thing is, as I've said earlier in the video, I am going to be doing some VR videos very soon. By the way, it did kind of make me dizzy a little bit after about half an hour of flying around. So I think I need to watch it. And other than that, there are 3 channels that I'd like to recommend for you guys to watch. For VR especially, I'd like to recommend Bambino Games. I really enjoy watching the channel. I think Bambino Games offers very high quality, well-made videos, especially if you're into VR. Then I think it's the destination really for VR videos for X-Plane. And there are a couple of other channels that I would highly recommend. One is John Fly. I really like John Fly's channel. I think his style is pretty down to earth. He's very natural. I really enjoy watching his videos. And there is Bull Phosphorus. I hope I said that correctly. Again, a good channel. It's in the early stages of developing its own style. He does streams. So that's really cool, something I hope I can do one day. Unfortunately, I can't do that due to the fact that the Twitch servers, or the closest streaming servers to my location in Kuwait, is in Europe, and that causes a very long lag, despite the fact that I have a very fast internet connection here locally in Kuwait. So I am going to be creating a video titled The Top 10 Flight Simulation YouTubers You Should Follow in 2018. And definitely those 3 will be in that video, but I just really wanted to share that with you guys and give them a little bit of support. Of course, and as always, I would recommend that you subscribe to my very good friend Thomas Rasmussen's channel. Thomas creates some very compelling videos. Cinematics mainly are his thing. He is #1 without a doubt. So I highly recommend that you subscribe to his channel. Recently I've been seeing some very good tutorials from Thomas as well, and so I think it's a channel where you can actually go and see an add-on taken to its best, and that's what Thomas does. He shows you all the things that you want to see in about 3 minutes, which is great. I think that's a talent, to be able to show you everything the add-on does in about 3 minutes or less. So again, Thomas is one of the highly respected figures in flight simulation. He's a good friend of mine, and I highly recommend that you subscribe to his channel. Alright, so I will see you guys right before top of descent. Until then, please enjoy the flight, and I'll see you in just a little bit. Welcome back, guys. We are about 33 nautical miles from top of descent, so let's go ahead and grab our ILS frequency, which is 110.5. I'm going to set that here to 110.5. And we're going to do the same thing here, 110.5. Wow, it's already set. Okay, and the course is 333, which is already set, 333. And let's see here, speed, we're going to do flaps 30, 30, and 135. That's 130 plus 5 for wind correction. So that's 135. And we're going to enter that here. And let's see here. We're going to reset the MCP altitude to 2,500 feet. There we go. All right, we have reached our top of descent mark now, and the aircraft has begun the automatic descent towards our set altitude, which is 2,500 feet. Our platform altitude today is 2,000 feet. We are sitting at about, let's see, 1,750 feet per minute, and we're going to maintain about 240 knots for our descent. We continue our steady descent to Kuwait International, and we are now entering Kuwaiti airspace. What I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to reduce our speed. I'm going to go ahead and set vertical speed to 1,800 feet per minute, and I'm going to reduce the speed to 240 knots. Extend the speed brake here. Alright, let's set the altimeter.
Zulu, Bravo, 738 Oscar, Kilo, Bravo, Kilo, altimeter 2991.
Oscar, Kilo, Bravo, Kilo, altimeter 2991. Zulu, Bravo, 738.
Alright, altimeter has been set to 2991. And everything is looking okay now for our approach into Kuwait. Alright, we are now approaching 10,000 feet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce our rate of descent to 1,400 feet per minute. And let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights. I would have preferred a landing on runway 15 left, because normally the star into 15 left takes you all the way to Kuwait City, which makes for a very beautiful approach into Kuwait International. But the wind direction, I guess, dictates which runway is assigned for landing. It's still a nice approach from the southern part of the country, especially during dusk. By the way, Kuwait's new airport has been contracted to a Turkish company. It's currently being built, and it's supposed to be a state-of-the-art airport in terms of technologies and architecture. So hopefully that will be ready in 2025, I believe. It looks like we have the localizer here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce our speed now to 190 knots. Alright, and let's extend the speed brake. I'm going to also reduce our rate of descent to 800 feet per minute. That's the airport ahead of us now. And let's go ahead and reduce speed to 180 knots. Alright, and at this point we're going to go ahead and engage the approach button. Engine to continuous. And everything else here is okay. Right, so 2,000 feet. And all's looking good. And at this point I'm going to go ahead and go to flaps 2. Flaps 5. Alright, so we're not too far now from Kuwait International. It's a nice day here in Kuwait. The weather is very pleasant. Temperature is about 15 degrees Celsius. Alright, at this point we're going to go ahead and set our auto brake to 2. And let's go ahead and arm the speed brakes. Speed brakes are armed. And let's remember that our approach speed, well, it should be 134. So actually we can change that, 30 and 134. Alright, 134. And let's go ahead and go to the legs page. 2,000 feet, all's looking good. And here we are now approaching the airport. Okay, so the dot started moving now, and we're getting now close to the airport. And we're just going to wait for one dot above the center line here. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead now and lower the landing gear. And we're going to flaps 15. Reduce our speed. And flaps 25. And we're going to reduce our speed now to 134 knots, which is our final approach speed. One 134, 136, 135, and flaps 30. All's looking good for our approach. Thousand feet to go. Okay, and at this point we're going to turn off the auto throttle and disengage the autopilot.
Long landing, 9,000 feet remaining.
Well, it was a long landing. Reversers are out. And manual braking. And welcome to Kuwait International Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and your carry-on items stowed until the aircraft is parked at the gate and the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. We ask that you please use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from any items that may have shifted during the flight. You may now use mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices, however laptop computers may not be used at this time. Before you leave the aircraft, please be sure to check your seat pockets, the overhead bins, and the floor area around your seat for any personal articles.
Alright, let's make a final stop here,
We'd like to thank you for
and
flying
let's
with
take
us.
a look at our
Enjoy
map.
having a flight.
Well, folks, other than the long landing, I think it was a reasonable touchdown. And don't forget to enter the giveaway and watch out for the next episode of the guide to amazing X-Plane 11 scenery next week. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.